Mitch and Amy have been chatting up a lot, and we got to meet Amy at Leaders Retreat, and she is truly one of the most genuine, kind people you will ever meet, and she has a way of just making you feel special. And I know that's probably what makes her so good at this, is she has a way of just relating to people and treating everybody with so much kindness. And so we're excited to have her on. She has a really cool story. I posted your Diamond documentary today, Amy, so hopefully some of y'all got to watch that. They've been traveling around. They lived in Alaska and Hawaii, and then hopped on a bus and lived on the bus and toured around the U.S. So they have slowed down, I guess, I thought it was in Georgia, but it's not Georgia. It's Florida. Is that right?
Yes.
So if you are not following Amy, you need to be, because she has such a fun life to follow. And so anyways, we're excited to have her on tonight. She's going to share some of her wisdom with us. So Amy, take it away.
Okay, thank you. I feel blessed to be on this call because this is what truly motivates me. I hope my internet stays working. But this is what motivates me, is seeing other people succeed and talking a little bit about my journey and hoping it relates to some of y'all and get you motivated and pumped up and excited to stick with this company, because network marketing is not easy. It's not a regular job where you go in and you clock in and you clock out. Guys, this is something that like pulls out things inside of you, because people reject you, right? And people will like not be, you know, they'll have great moments with Plexus and then they'll have bad moments. They could be detoxing or whatever it is. And you just have to be okay with the process, right? So I wanted to say hi. I saw Susan on here. Hi, Susan. So when I met Paige, Lauren, Susan at Leaders Retreat, I guess that's where it was, I started talking to them. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't weird, because I like people. Okay, people are my thing. I love hearing stories. I see people with the World War II hats, the veteran hats, and I go up and I say, thank you for your service. And I want to know their stories. That is something that you need to start doing, okay? If it's hard for you to talk to people, you need to step outside your comfort zone and really try hard, because this is a people business. Guys, you have to care about people and you have to get out there and talk to people, because that's what this is. It's relationship marketing. And we're breaking stigmas of years of network marketing done wrong, right? How many of y'all would go into church and be hounded by your friends for their jewelry party or their makeup party? And you're like, oh my goodness, like I can't afford that. No, I don't want to go, but I don't want to offend you. So you have to realize that we're breaking a huge breaking into an industry that has had some bad stigma attached to it. But it's how you posture yourself. Are you thinking of this now that this is a legit business? Or are you just using it sort of as a hobby? You're dipping your toes in, but you're not really putting yourself out there all the way. That is going to be the difference in if somebody takes you seriously or not. I am 100% confident. I have been from the time I started Plexus. I took the products 7 months before I decided to share, because I didn't want to be one of those people. I took the products after my midwife told me about it. After my 7th child, I had hair falling out, drenched the bed in night sweats. I was on a depression med. I just felt crazy. Like I was not a good mom. I would go to bed at night having mom guilt, all lived off of coffee and naps. And so when this product came into my life, I loved it. It changed my life, but I was not willing to post on social media because I was prideful. I didn't want to put myself out there. You know, I have my degrees and I didn't want to put myself out there. But once I did, I knew I would go to the top. So if you're listening to me now and you're a silver ambassador, you're a gold ambassador, I want to just beg you to stick with this. If you have been in this company any amount of time and you've seen one life change, if that's your life, your husband's life, or your best friend's life, it's worth it. If it took you 4 years to get to Emerald, 4 years to get to $8,000 to $10,000 a month, Alexis and a Hawaii trip, would it be worth it to you? You could work the next 20 years as a school teacher or as whatever, and you would never make $8,000 to $10,000 a month. So why do we think that if we're not going fast enough with Plexus, that we're just going to quit? Guys, this isn't a lottery ticket. It doesn't happen overnight. And for the people that it did happen overnight for, it's pretty much where they had huge, massive networks with a lot of rich friends. But I didn't have that. I had 120 Facebook friends when I started Plexus. And, I homeschooled my kids. I was part of a small church, and I had to really dig deep within myself and put myself out there. So if you are not moving forward in this business, you really have to self-reflect. I tell people, instead of us like pointing fingers at everyone else, if we could just be real with ourselves and say things like, how many people have I reached out to this week? How many people? If you are honest with yourself, you're probably not reaching out to people every day because you're busy. You have kids. They're in, you're running kids to and from sports, or you're working a full-time job. But if you could just put a little bit of time every day into Plexus, an hour, Monday through Friday, take Saturday and Sunday off, your business would blow up. It might not go as fast as what you want, but it'll still go and move forward. If $400, that's what they say, statistics show, $400 extra a month would change people's lives. $400 extra. Guys, that is very doable. If you sign 3 people this month, just like they say, three ambassadors, 3 customers, and you go to an event, you will go silver. You will go silver if you can get people signed up. But just like what me and Paige here were talking about, I walked into this store that her cousin owns, Olive and Company or whatever, and I put myself out there. I didn't talk Plexus to her. I said, are you on Facebook? I would never have just brought up Plexus to random strangers. I rarely do that because I want to build the relationship first. But if I can get them on Facebook and they can see my life, then they're going to think, wow, what does Amy and Eric do? How do they stay home with their 7 kids? It's called curiosity marketing. So look at your Facebook page and make sure it's a page that you'd want to look at, right? Like when you go to your own page, do you like looking at the content, or are you sort of like, ugh, like, I don't really like that, and you move on? It has to add worth to people's life. So read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's my favorite book out there because it teaches you how to talk to people. A lot of people just don't know how to talk to people, and this will help you learn how to do that. And I would tell you the number one thing that I did with my business is I drew my line in the sand. When I posted on Facebook for the first time, there was no going back. There was no saying, oh, I was just kidding, Plexus doesn't really work, and move on to something else. Or, oh, I was just kidding, I really want to do this. I knew I would go to the top of this company. I didn't care if it took me 10 years. I didn't care if it took me 15 years. I was going to work this business and I was going to go to the top because I had a strong why. My why was I wanted to retire my husband. I was raising these 7 kids, I felt like, by myself. He was working 60, 70-hour weeks, and we barely had dinner together, and I didn't want that life. I wanted him to come home. And so that was my why. So you have to have a strong enough why where it's going to keep you from watching Netflix every night and vegging out. You have to have a strong enough why where you can do the hard things, because this is hard. Guys, I'm not going to lie. I felt like network marketing was so hard because I'm a people pleaser. I don't want people not liking me. So I felt like when I posted, and they signed up under me, I was like, oh, I hope they have good results. I hope they don't have detox. And then I realized, you know what? I'm just going to be honest with people. I'm going to tell people from the get-go, these products are not overnight magic. So I don't want you to try them for 30 days. If that's all you're willing to do, then maybe these aren't the products for you. I tell people that because I tell people straight up front, you need to do this for 3 to 6 months. Are you willing to do that? 3 to 6 months, because they are going to detox your body. They're going to balance your blood sugar. They're going to get your gut healthy. So I want you to commit to 3 to 6 months. And then I will work with them, because I was doing 30 days for everybody at the beginning. I was saying, hey, sign up. You're going to have great results, because I lost 7 pounds in the first 2 weeks. And then I realized, wait, people are having headaches and lower back pain, and they're having some mild detox symptoms. And I realized, from years of like antibiotics and bad foods and sugars, that your body has to detox, right? And so why not just tell people up front that these products are getting to the root of issues so they know what's happening right away, so you don't oversell them? Because if you oversell them, they're going to quit in the first month. That's just what they're going to do. They're going to quit. So you don't want that. You want to have success for your people on these products. Do not just sign people up and leave them. You need to tell them what to do. Drink half your body weight in ounces of water. You need to follow up with people. Brooke Hemingway, she's number 1 on the leaders board for the past who knows how long. She's amazing. It took her a year to sign up under me. 1 whole year. She told me no 10 times. If you go back and look at the messages, it's like, no, Amy, I don't need these products. Don't you know my husband's a doctor? Hey, I'm a nurse. I'm a fitness instructor. No, I don't need these products. And I just kept reaching out to her. What if I would have been scared to reach out to her because she was above my social tier? We don't like to talk about that, right? Like, I was in this social tier. I'm the homeschooling mom. My husband's selling cars on Kauai. You know, I don't hang out and hobnob with doctors. That's not my crowd. So what if I would have been afraid to reach out to her or to them because her husband was the head doctor on our island? But I knew if I could get her that we would go really quickly. So are there any senior goals on this call? Any senior goals? Who's senior goals? Susan? Okay, Brooke Hemingway, I signed her up. I signed up my homeschooling friend that we homeschooled together for over a year. We would drop our kids off twice a week with each other. I signed her up the same month I signed Brooke Hemingway up. I went to the county fair and did a booth, which everyone should be doing events at every single thing that's open. You're not, you know, people say you don't get much from events. I don't agree with that at all. I got another girl, so 3 Jules signed up on Eric's team the same month as a senior gold and took him to diamond in 5 months. Diamond in 5 months. If you're a senior gold, Susan, 5 months from now, you would be a diamond. It was the perfect, and 2 of the girls I'd reached out to for over a year, both said yes, both took off on the business. And the other one I met at the county fair. I did every single event on my island. Nothing was above me. I would do little craft fairs because I wanted, when people thought of Plexus, I wanted them to think of me. When I moved to this town, why did I go talk to every single little boutique in Thomasville, Georgia? Because I had a story. Hey, I just moved to this town. I bought a plantation 20 minutes from here in Monticello. You know, I love it here. What is there to do? And then, of course, that's a conversation starter, right? Well, why would you move here from Hawaii? Are you on Facebook? So y'all don't have that story. You just moved somewhere probably, but you can still do the same thing that I do. Walk into a store, start a conversation, and get them on your Facebook friends list. And then you're building that relationship. You're sowing seeds, and in 5 months, 4 months, after you've built relationships and they're watching you, because guys, you're posting on Facebook every day. You're posting Plexus on Facebook every day, not because you're going to have 1 million people bombard your inbox, but because you want people to know that your store is open for business. That's why you post on Facebook. I could post on Facebook Plexus, and I could say I'm giving away a free bag of Slim, and I will have 0 people message me except Plexus ambassadors. Okay, and I'm a diamond. So don't think that you're the only one getting big old like nothing, because we all get nothing. When you get people is when you reach out to them. The only reason I'm posting on Facebook is so people think, oh, it's still legit to Amy. It's still real. It's still her business, and she's not ashamed, and she's confident. That's why I post on Facebook, not because I'm trying to get people. The way I get people is I talk to them in person, and I message people. And this is something you have to figure out with your business, is you have to figure out how to duplicate. So all of you on here have teams. You've signed up at least 1 person, right? You're all ambassadors. You signed up 1 person. So what do you do with that 1 person when you sign them up? There's all kinds of systems out there, and everyone's looking for the perfect system. Well, here's the big secret. Brooke Hemingway, number 1 on the leaders board, does not have a perfect system. She doesn't have some magic potion that's making her number 1. She is a hard worker. That's it. She's a hard worker. She works lots of hours a day. So if you were to put 8 to 10 hours a day into your business, you would see it explode too. But most people won't do that when you're just starting out. So this is what you do. You duplicate. If you sign a new ambassador up, you tell them to post on social media. If they are not willing to post on social media, if they say something to you like, no, Amy, I want a story first. I'm waiting to see what kind of testimony I'm going to have. You sign them as a preferred customer. Preferred customer all the way. The reason you do that is because if you sign that person up as an ambassador, they try the products for 30 days because, you know, they're just going to try the product, and they fall off. You start looking at yourself and saying, why did that person fall off? I have so many white lines. I'm such a bad leader. What can I do? And you start all of these negative self-talk. You are not a bad leader. That person never wanted the business. That person just wanted to try the products. You have such a vision and you have such belief in Plexus that you thought you could transfer that onto them. And that's not the case. And I did that in the beginning of my business, and I had a lot of white lines until I realized and guys, I only have 100 PV. Just telling y'all, I'm a diamond. I have 100 PV. So obviously I sign everybody up as ambassadors because I give them such belief and vision, and I get them to do what I want because I'm bossy. So if you can do that, if you can be a little bossy, this is what I say. I sign them up as ambassadors. I say, are you willing to post on social media? No, Amy, I'm not. I want a story. Okay, well, I felt the same way, but do you believe that blood sugar balancing, gut health, and inflammation affect 100% of people? Yes. Do you believe that everyone should be on a probiotic? Yes. Okay, so why won't you post on social media for me? I'm going to try and help you get 3 people on these products and get your products paid for. Okay, I'll do that. But I'm not going to say I have a story yet. Well, of course you're not. You haven't even tried the products. This is what I want you to write. So excited to start these natural supplements my friend Amy told me about. She had better X, Y, and Z. Who wants to try it with me? I even type it up for them sometimes on their phone. I'm like, hand me your phone, take a picture, and I type it up for them. And I post it. So they will do that because they're not saying they have a story. Does that make sense? They're saying, who wants to try this with me? And so I get people to post, and then I tell them, I want you to make a list right now of 10 people that we can contact. I'm going to get on a call with them or a Zoom with them, or you're going to do a home party. And I don't mean party like, you're not going to say party. I just want you to get 3 to 5 people to meet with me at a coffee shop, at your house, or wherever on a Zoom. And I'm just going to talk about the products. Be very chill. I'm not weird. I'm just going to talk about the Fab 4, the Triplex Combo, and the X Factor. And guys, that's how I built my whole business, and I went diamond in a year. Okay? I built my whole business by getting 3 to 5 people at somebody's house or on a Zoom. If you do not have a local team, I encourage you to start a local team. Even if it's one person, you and that one person meet at a coffee shop and invite one potential. And keep doing that until it grows and grows and grows. My first meeting at a coffee shop, I had 3 people. And I put flyers all over the whole island. I got hors d'oeuvres. I thought people were going to show up. 3 people showed up. Within a year, I had 100 people because it definitely multiplies. So do that. That's how I built my whole business. If you're on social media, you're going to have to watch all the Instagram trainings. Instagram is like killing me, but I have 2 jewels right now that are killing it on Instagram. This is what I would recommend you doing on Instagram. You post, and then you search hashtags that relate to you. So for example, I might search homeschool mom. Okay? If I search homeschool mom, I'm going to come up with a lot of homeschool moms. I'm going to message those homeschool moms, like 3 to 5 I'm going to pick, and I'm going to say, hey, I'm a homeschool mom too. I have 7 kids. What curriculum do you use? And I'm going to start a conversation with 3 to 5 people on Instagram. Okay? That is what I would recommend you doing, because if you do not start conversing with them and you're just commenting on people's posts or hashtagging, they're going to get lost. You have to write people's names down, because if you're not purposeful, if you're not, if you're not purposeful, then you're just going to be all over the place. When you hear people talk about joining Facebook groups, okay, that works if you remember what groups you've joined. If you remember like who you're talking to. So everything has to be purposeful. So don't just go join a million groups, like join 1 or 2 and purpose to go in there every day and build relationships, and try and add 20 new friends every month to your Facebook feed. Okay? But guys, this is all about being purposeful. Do not scroll Facebook all day. If you're commenting on my stuff, thank you. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to make you any money. Okay? So that's what I tell everybody. I'm like, what we do in Plexus world is like, we all love each other. So we're all excited. And we all talk to each other through Facebook, but we're not making each other any money. And the whole purpose is you want to make sure your why, you're always going towards that goal. So before you comment on everybody's feed, make sure you've reached out and messaged people. Make sure you have a duplication system. Okay. Don't work with just your level ones. If you sign somebody, then you work with all of your people. I worked with all of my levels. Brooke Hemingway did not leave my team page until she was almost emerald. None of my leaders break off from my team page till they're almost emerald, because I don't want them going into management mode. I don't want them managing people. I want them signing people up. Signing people up is the key to growing your business. 20% of people work. That's a statistic. How many people are on Lauren's team? I don't know, but 13 are on this call. Does that tell you anything about statistics? Okay, if I have 20,000 people on my team and I have a team call, 80 people might show up. You don't need a lot of people to be at the top of this company, but you need a few good people. That's it, a few good people. So when I was first starting, I took 3 people under my wing a month. That's it. I could sign up 20, but I wasn't working with all 20. I was going to choose 3 people that I was on the phone with, doing parties with, doing Zooms with, because I have 7 kids. My life is busy. So I had to be purposeful, right? So I call it on the job training. I would work with those 3 so hard and do everything for them until they felt comfortable enough that I could let them go. So are you hand-holding your people? Because you should be. No one joins your team knowing what to do. Do not sign somebody up, throw them in Lauren's team page or whoever's team page and be like, why are they not working? I mean, don't they see the post? No, they don't care about the post. Like, they're working full-time jobs and playing with their kids. Like, they don't care. They're not like you. Their belief isn't solid yet. You know, they haven't built those relationships. So throwing them in somebody's team page and expecting them to work is not going to happen. You have to handhold. You have to walk them through it. You have to help them get their first 3 ambassadors. Going silver in 7 days, the likelihood of them sticking with you long term goes up so high. So get those people, 3 people the first week, and they will stick with you for a very, very long time. Do you want to open up for questions, Lauren? Because I literally could talk Plexus all night. You're muted. Still muted. Still muted.
Sorry, you're just talking away. Okay. Well, I was actually saying you're muted right now. So if you have a question, you can unmute yourself. Or if you can't figure that out, wave your hand and I'll unmute you, because that's what you have to do for people to hear you. I could listen to you talk all night, honestly. But yeah, we'll open it up for questions and we'll see what we got.
Anyone? Don't be bashful.
Amy, this does have to do with Plexus, but is Eric, like, does he work his own business?
So, so this is like what we get a lot of this, like husband-wife questions. So he will give people to me.
Yeah.
You know, like he's out in town and he talks to anybody. He doesn't mean a stranger. He got me somebody the other day. But I do everything, like post to my team page, do relationship marketing. My husband's not going to coffee with another woman unless I'm there. Like, I will have to hurt her. So there's no, like, I mean, if y'all have noticed, like, my husband doesn't even have a Facebook page. And so people are like, wow, he doesn't have a Facebook page. Well, just being honest, I don't know who would message him except women saying, how do I get my husbands to work this business? Like, my husband doesn't support me. How do I get a husband to support you? So I feel like with this business and this compensation plan, the way they set it up is genius, right? Oh, yeah. So Eric's underneath me. I don't know who is under Eric and who is under me. I mean, I know I have to keep my outside leg points strong. So I don't recommend a husband signing up until, like, you have runners. But Bridget Ryan, one of my best friends, homeschool mom of 7 too, she and I started the business the same exact time. She's 1 diamond, okay? Making $40,000 a month. I'm 2 diamonds with the same amount of people, because she didn't put anybody under her husband because she was taught not to do that till she got to diamond. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she kicks herself now because I was like, why are you not signing people under your husband? You know, I only have 32 level 1s. I've only ever signed 32 level 1s under me. Out of 32, how many is working? 10? Like 10 are active. I've signed 180 under Eric. So that's why Eric wins all the prizes. That's why Eric wins everything. But for me, the money outweighs everything. So if you're looking for the paycheck, which we all are, right? Plexus is the only network marketing company that allows your spouse to sign up underneath you. The only one. So why would you not take advantage of that perk of the comp plan? But you do have to be strategic about it because you want to get to those jewel bonuses. So you have to make sure you have enough outside leg points. But I train differently than most diamonds because we were successful at the husband and wife thing, and lots of people want you to get to diamond first. So I don't know. That's my stance is I'd rather make double 2 diamonds than I would 1 pay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That makes perfect
But
sense.
you do have to be gold, correct, before you can even work your business under your spouse?
Well, and you shouldn't, if you're a gold, you shouldn't work your husband's business anyways. Like, because you don't have anybody working. You should only focus on you. But when you hit like senior ruby, and that means you probably have 2 legs that are senior golds that are working, then you start working your husband. But you don't, I mean, I tell my people when to do it, but all of my team are successful husband-wife teams. Brooke and Thomas Hemingway, Emily and Sean Gibson, all of my jewels husbands are also jewels. But I look at their back office and tell them when to do it, and they listen to me. So if y'all are like on here, don't work your husband at all until you're like a ruby, senior ruby, almost emerald, and even then you can have people start falling off and you won't have those outside leg points. So you have to talk to somebody that actually knows what they're doing to help you like figure that out.
So when you do these coffee shop meetings that you talked about, tell me what those look like.
Okay, so I have go bags. That's what I call them. I have 2 of them. So in each go bag is empty bottles of products, little cups, a bottle of water and sticks of Slim, and some information. And I take go bags. So people that are on my team come pick up go bags and they take them wherever they want to go. That's how we did it on Kauai. So for example, if I signed up Susan, I would say, can you get 3 to 5 people at your house? No, Amy, like my house is dirty. I don't want people at my house. Okay, well, could you get 3 to 5 people at a coffee shop? I don't know, like that sort of feels intimidating. Susan, come on, no big deal. You know me, it's going to be easy, 3 to 5 people. Okay, fine. So do you see how I pushed her like 2 or 3 times? Because that's what you're going to have to do. And then once you get to the coffee shop, everybody's nervous and awkward a little bit. But once you start talking and you're normal, Susan realizes, oh my goodness, this was the easiest thing ever. She's just a mom that is talking about how she got off a depression med and has energy. And then those 3 to 5 people, I talk to them only about the Fab 4. I don't stand up. I'm sitting at the coffee table with them. My bag, I'm not putting my bag on the table. I'm just have the Fab 4. This, I talk very easy. Mix this pink drink, mix this, the Slim in your water bottle once a day. Drink it easy. Blood sugar balancing, mood issues. You're going to feel great, natural energy. Like, I don't go into the ingredients. Nothing. I don't do anything like that. ProBio BioCleanse, get your gut healthy. All of you suffer with sugar cravings, right? All of you like have had mood issues or, bad skin. You need probiotics. Obviously, everybody's talking about probiotics. You need probiotics. And this is going to help you. It's going to flush the toxins. It's great. 60-day money-back guarantee. But for me, I signed up for $35. It was cheaper, made commission off my products, decided to tell a few people. And at that time, they're all nodding their heads as you're talking. You're watching their facial expressions to see what they relate to you about. And before I leave that meeting, pretty much 100% sign up. And I'd say, Paige is like, yeah, I want to do it. Taylor, are you going to do it too? You were talking about your headaches. You should try it too. And, you could tell your mom about it because she has diabetes. And Brittany, you were talking about having no energy at work. Like all the girls at your work are going to want this. So you can sign up after Paige. So here, Paige, here's the sign up sheet. Do you see how I just keep talking? And so I would sign up those 3 and I would take their phones and I would say, okay, Paige, we're going to post on social media because I'm going to help you get your products paid for. I don't know, Amy, I don't really want to do that because I don't have a testimony. No, remember, everybody can benefit from gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. It could take you 3 months to have a story, but Lauren could have a story in a week. So why not just post this on social media? And I tell her what I would say, and I say, give me your phone, and I would type in her phone. Guys, I've done this millions of times, not millions, thousands of times. So excited to start these natural supplements my friend Paige told me about. And I post on social media from their phone. And then I say, hey, Paige, would you get 3 people here next week? We can do it at Coffee Bean, your house, wherever you want to go. And I'm asking them, I'm setting everything up there at that meeting. So by the time we leave, that person's silver because they have 3 people. And then I've set up the same duplicatable system with those 3 people that signed up. Derek Nelson, do y'all know who he is? He's a senior Ruby with Plexus, MMA fighter. He's out of Mississippi. In the bus, we drove to his town, and I told him to get a meeting together at a Mexican restaurant. He got a meeting, and I said, who here is a potential and who here is signing up? And they raised their hand, and I said, okay, I want all your cell phones. I said, stand in front of this sign. And it was a Plexus sign. And I said, you're going to post right now. Are you scared? Or are you going to do this? And they said, well, do it. And I took everybody's phone right there and did it. And he got 20 new ambassadors that week. Because if you push people to do this, they will do it. But what's scary is I think it's how we posture ourselves, where we're sort of like giving them an out. And they will take the out because it's awkward and it's uncomfortable. So they will take the out instead of when they just trust you and they see, wow, that was easy. You know, Amy was so chill and those 3 people signed up, and now those 3 people are willing to do it and your team starts to grow. And so you have to do everything for your people in the beginning. Do not think that you're just going to, like I said, put them in a team page and they're going to work. They're not. They have to be doing action steps at all times, action steps.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else have questions for Amy? She's full of so much great wisdom.
I don't know about that. I've just been doing it for, I think it's 4 years this November. So I've fallen so many times on my face. It like, now I know, you know, like guys. And then this is one other thing. When you're doing these meetings, you're going to have the person that eats kale salad for fun ask you a question, right? The know-it-alls, the people that that are going to question everything, but then they drink a Coke. But anyways, you're going to have people ask you questions. So what you say, because this was very nerve-wracking to me because I lived on Kauai. Everyone there is healthy, for real. Like, they know their stuff. So I'd have people say, well, I heard it has this in it. I am not a detail-oriented person. Give me whatever. If it helps me lose weight and feel better, I'm going to take it. So when they'd ask me questions, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I have no clue. And I'd get nervous and I would start to backpedal and I looked like I didn't know what I was talking about. And so then the whole meeting would have an air of like, I didn't know what I was talking about. Does that make sense? So what I would like for y'all to do is when people ask you a question, you don't know the answer, say, that is a great question. I have so much information. I'll send it to you as soon as I get home. Now, what were we talking about? Like, I have so much information. As soon as I get home, I'll send it over to you. Now, as I was saying, so you just shut it down right there. And when you get home, you type in the Facebook search engine, Plexus and ProBio 5, and you send them so much information, their head will spin and they'll think you're a doctor. So that's what you do. But don't let people shut you down and make you feel like you don't have to know everything about these products before you share them. Okay? You need to be making money and not knowing anything. Okay? Bridget Ryan hit diamond with her cell phone. Didn't even have a computer and had no clue half of what she was doing or how to look at her back office. She was just telling everybody about her amazing story and signing them up. So don't get bombarded with you have to know everything. You don't. And if your husband isn't on board, because most husbands, I see in the background of Brittany, there's a husband. Most husbands are not on board. My husband wrote down a goal sheet and he didn't get on board for me until I was a senior Ruby. A senior Ruby. He wasn't like, oh, yay, Amy, you're going to do this. No, he was like thinking this is not going to happen. And then when he saw me hit senior Ruby, he was like, maybe there is something to this. You know, he never told me I couldn't spend money or I couldn't go out and do these meetings, but he just didn't believe it would ever happen. So if your husband's not on board, don't stress out about it. He will be. As soon as you show him the money, he will be. But you have to show him the money, right?
I'm going to keep asking questions because I've got them. If y'all have questions, hop in and interrupt me. It's totally fine. Rose, you look like you have a question. I'll unmute you. There you go, Rose. I unmuted. Oh,
Come on.
There you go.
Come
You're
on.
on.
Okay. What was in your go bag again?
So all your empty product bottles. So like the Fab 4, and then you want to have like the little bitty cups you can get that are see-through. They look like little shot glasses. You can get them on Amazon. I would get the little bitty shot glasses, an empty water bottle, and I would get straws that were pink and white, and I'd cut them in half. And when you do like event booths, your go bag and go too. So like when you do events at women's shows, I would put a basket of beets, an aloe plant, cutting boards. That's how I would display my plexus. I never did bling and hot pink and all of that. I did it as a natural health type thing. So you make it look as holistic as possible so it's pleasing to the eye so people will come up to you. So if y'all aren't doing events, you need to be at every event in your local area, because when they think of plexus, they need to think of you. So go bag, just put everything in them, and then when you're just having it so you can set it on the table and show people.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just what you use. For some reason, I was thinking it was a bag you were giving to everybody.
So I am giving it to my ambassadors. So because my ambassadors, I would do the meetings for them until they were able to do it themselves without freaking out. Because people are so nervous, they don't want to do that kind of thing. So I would do it until they were comfortable, and then they would just come by my house and get a go bag. So it was just already packed and ready to go with interest slips and pamphlets and magazines like Success Magazine. And, they would just have everything there so they didn't have to worry about. Most people don't keep that stuff on hand. I just made it easy for them.
Yeah.
This month we're making a big push on our team. It's a month of silver. We're all going silver in May, even just the people that want to get their products paid for. So is there a single piece of advice or something you would share to get people who have been taking the products for a month or two to get them motivated to get to silver, or any advice for us this month as we're working towards getting as many people as we can to silver?
So how I would get people to silver is I would call them on the phone. So I would get them on the phone. If you go through text message or Facebook Messenger, it's a lot harder to get people to commit. So if you can get somebody to talk to on the phone and you say something like, hey, Taylor, I know you've just been taking the products faithfully for 2 months and you don't really have an interest in the business, but I know you love the products and you have a great story. Would you mind, sharing that with a few people, and allowing me to talk to them for about 10 minutes? Just tell them, get a couple people on a call with me for 10 minutes. Would you do that? I don't know. Well, then let's get a three-way message. You have somebody we can think of that we could do a three-way message with. If you can just get them to do anything, people like that, then it's good. If you have ambassadors that, I've been on the call since 3:30 today, every 30 minutes, because we're doing a push too. And I'm like, I need to get all of these people to get me one person. If you can just get them to get one person, not even silver, just one person, and they can see that it's doable, then they're more likely to do more, 2 or 3, but you have to call them. If you're just if y'all just post on your team page, hey, we're doing a push for silver, yay, sound off when you get one, you're not really going to have a ton. But if you call them, get them on the phone, and get them to do a party, like I just said, 3 to 5 people, I am willing to drive to Valdosta, 45 minutes away, for one person. One person, if they said they were interested in plexus, because one person can transform your whole business. And even with these launch parties I was talking about, if somebody can get 10 people to a launch party, I don't even like it. It's too much. I can't bond. There's 12 of y'all in here. I can't bond with each of you. There's not enough time for me to even talk to each of you. But if I could break these 12 people up into 3 meetings with 4 at each meeting, then I can bond and get usually 100% sign-up rates. So try to keep your things, you're going to be way more busy, right? And you don't want to be as busy, but if you want to have success, then you have to be busy. And just keep it small and intimate and personal as much as you can so you can bond. I tell everyone, women can bond in like 5 minutes sitting beside each other on the beach and be friends like instantly, you know? So it works. Like just doing small bonding things work.
Any more questions? No, nobody. Would you want to share with them real quick for like 2 minutes why they want to be at convention this year and next year if they just can't possibly? We're trying to get some people registered still, but I'm a huge advocate for convention, doing big things for your business and building your belief. And I think it's so important. And I'm sure, I feel like probably you share the same belief, but is there anything that you would share with us about convention? You know, why you want to go, why you want to get there?
Well, I mean, they always say leaders are born at events, and it is so true because you're surrounded all day by people that discourage you. Okay. Unless you're on your Facebook page with your team all day and they're saying, yay, hoorah, yay, so excited for you. You know, you're out in the real world and with people that might not believe in network marketing or might not believe in this business plan, or they're like, well, you've been a silver for a year. You know, why are you still sticking with it? You know, and they don't get the vision and they can't see past what they can see, right? Like the normal in the box thinking. But when you get to convention, you see people just like you. People, you know, I'm a homeschool mom of 7. So obviously homeschool moms relate to me and they say, oh my goodness, look at where Amy came from. You know, her husband was selling cars. They lived on an island. And so people relate to you. When I was first starting out, you know, seeing people like Sarah Marble and Sheila Medina and all these people that I've been watching their videos and I've been like really looking up to them, knowing they were real people that made it, you know, and seeing them in person and listening to them, it solidified my belief. And then hearing like the president and the executives talk about the vision. I was just in Canada. So I helped launch into a whole new country. Guys, I just had the most amazing time of my life. Like I came back so energized to work because I'm around people that I'm like, these executives, this lady, Darla Brown, she just launched in a whole new country. Like Plexus just launched in Canada. Like that's huge. We're Health Canada approved, which means their FDA approved Plexus to go in there. It is the hardest country to get into, and it's the launching platform for global. So if you're with Plexus now, we're only in the United States, just launched in Canada just now. So we're about to hit other countries coming up in the future because Canada's a launching point. So when people think, oh, you know, Amy got in when it was first starting, you know, 4 years ago, maybe that time's passed. No, the time is not past. 10 years, we're about to hit 10 years. Legacy, that's the whole big thing at convention this year is legacy. We are still a brand new company. That's why you've gone through so many crazy back office changes. And when you're complaining, you just have to say things like, wow, who knew our company could grow by 16,000%? 16,000%. We grew so quick, we didn't even have storage facilities for our products. Like they told me last year at this time, we had 200 employees. Plexus had 200 employees, corporate working employees. Now we have over 2,000 employees. Do you want to know how crazy growth that is? Eric and I owned our own business and it was a pain, right? Statistics show 12% of startup companies make it. 12%. Okay. Network marketing companies, they make it. We spent $35 to be able to be millionaires. Guys, if you're with Plexus right now and you see this, you will be a millionaire because if you work it, if you stay consistent, if you do what you need to do, don't think it's a lottery ticket. You still have to work it, but we're launching in a whole new country. So, and you're here for that. So you go to convention because you want to solidify your belief. You want to hear things like, oh my goodness, it took me 6 years to get to Emerald, but it's worth it. $8,000 to $10,000 a month, Lexus and Hawaii trip, it's worth it. You want to hear stories of people just like you that made it to the top because we are not more special than you. I promise you, Like, I am not more special than you. And I just got really good people on my team. I got told no a million times, and a few really good people told me yes. What if y'all signed up a bunch of Laurens, a bunch of Pages? What if you signed people up like that? You would go very quickly to the top. So you're sifting for gold to be able to find the few people that see the vision. And you're going to be told no a lot, and you're going to be made fun of a lot. That's why you go to convention, because you make sideline friends and you follow people that support you. All the people on this call, they're your new best friends. They're your cheerleaders. They're the ones that are going to say, yay, you signed somebody up. Good job. Yay, I believe in you. You're going to have family and friends that mock and laugh at you. And that is not, they're not going to do that when you're driving your Lexus and you're buying your big, huge plantation home. They're not going to laugh at you anymore, right? So just have to keep that in mind, that events, you have to get to convention, guys. You just do. Like, if you can't get in because you didn't register, make sure next year you do. Leaders Retreat is going to come up after this. Work your tail off to get to win Leaders Retreat. Okay, I did it my first year. I was in the company 5 months, and I hit Leaders Retreat. It was in Washington, D.C., and it was amazing. I flew all the way from Hawaii to Washington, D.C., and I thought, oh my goodness, this is the coolest thing ever. And I was so excited, and that's what like made me really push hard for Diamond, because I knew there were people like me that did this. And my upline is Stephanie Abrams. Do y'all know who she is? She's the black girl in Alaska, and she drives a plane around. She's on the Journey video if you go to any of the events. She was 26 years old when she signed me up. 26, had been homeschooled her whole life, had like no network at all because she was homeschooled, part of a very tiny church. And I thought, if Stephanie could do this, surely I can try. And, so there's all kinds of people at the top of this company, all kinds of people, huge networks like Paige. I mean, hello, like look at her network. And then you have people like that had no network, and everyone's at the top. It's just we all have to work to get there. I had to go silver, just like you. I had to go gold and lose. You sign 20 people up and 10 fall off. And you're like, oh, great. This isn't meant to be. I'm not a good leader. I'm not going to do this. No, you're going to keep doing this because you have 10 people, and you're going to keep working, and you're going to go senior gold. Then you're going to drop 20 people and cry again. And then you're going to get back on. And it's like this. Your whole journey is like this, okay? Until you start getting to the jewel rank. And then it gets so good. I had 700 people added to my team last month. 700. Right? But I was the same as y'all, like 3 people. Yes, I got 3 people. I signed 3 people this month. Like, my team's doing so good. And then, it just keeps building. But you have to go through those beginning stages. We all do. We all have to go through them, but you can get to the top regardless.
Thank you so much. You just
You're welcome.
To us, getting to listen to you, and so thank you. I know you stay super busy. It sounds like really busy this month with all your calls, but it means a lot to us that you gave tonight. So we really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
So much. We so appreciate it. I could seriously sit and listen to you for hours.
Yeah, Eric's like sitting. Say hi, Eric. Where are you? He's like, I cannot sit and listen to her all night. Like, he listens to me do these calls, and he's like, like
Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Oh, well, it means a lot to us, and it was wonderful. So
thank you.
We
and who here is in Valdosta? Is there who else lives? No one? Paige, where are you?
I'm in Nashville. Becky was going to be on the call, and she lives in Valdosta, but she had a dance recital she had to get
No,
to.
I'm here.
Oh, she's here.
Where?
Can you see me? Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in the car. Hey, I'm in the car with Mammy and Sally.
Oh.
I've got my headphones on. We just were in Thomasville, Amy, close to you.
I know, you're like 20 minutes from. We go to Thomasville like every other day.
We were at the bookshelf. It was so cute.
Yeah. So, and then Paige, Kirby?
Yes.
You're not in Valdosta?
I'm from there, but I live in Atlanta.
Okay. Well, if y'all ever, I mean, like, seriously, we're close, so y'all just use us if you need anything, you know?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. Thank you all.
I think if you guys are gonna stay on, we've got some drawings for some winners. Okay, that we have going in April, and so we're gonna. I mean, you're welcome to stay on with us too, but we understand.
Okay. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Bye.